Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carrie. You've probably heard that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. But let's be honest, that's just too easy. Any guy can use an app to get dinner at their doorstep or pick up takeout. Today we're talking about the real ways to connect with a man on a deeper level, ways that go beyond food, flirting, or folding laundry. If that sounds at all interesting, I hope you'll stick around because that is what's on the agenda. The way to a man's heart starts with recognition. Men a lot of times feel like their skills or their efforts go unnoticed. So pointing out what you admire makes a lasting impression. Say something like, "You're really good at staying calm when things get crazy or stressful." Or, "I love how thoughtful you are when you plan things." It's not about inflating his ego. It's about letting him know you see him for who he really is. I think about my parents who married at 20 and 21 and stayed together for 63 years. My mom wasn't ever showering my dad with over-the-top compliments, but she noticed the little things, and that mattered. They grew into partners who truly saw and appreciated each other for their differences and their different strengths. And some people get lucky like that and they grow in sync, while others wake up years later and realize they never saw their partners for who they really were. And that's when things can fall apart. Seeing him, really seeing him, is a crucial step to his heart. That's number one. Number two, create a memory that he'll want to relive. Create moments that he'll want to relive. People bond over shared experiences, but the trick is to make it meaningful. Go beyond the usual dinner date and try something new. Cook a meal together that neither of you's ever attempted before, or spend a night stargazing somewhere quiet. Whatever works for the two of you and your personalities and your interests. But I've had clients come back from great second dates, just giddy, saying, "We had so much fun with whatever activity they did. They just talked until the place closed down. We just couldn't stop." And those are the moments that stick, not just because of what they did, but because of how they connected and how they felt. So when you create moments that make him feel alive, curious, relaxed, or excited, those memories stick around, and that is really powerful. Men love a little challenge, especially one that makes them think about things in new ways. Ask questions beyond the usual ones. I know, like, what are the hardest lessons you've learned? If you could switch lives with anyone for a week, who would it be? Yeah, those are great questions. A lot of fun to answer. Also, the perfect way to move along a conversation that isn't flowing as you'd hoped. But once it is, it's time to think outside the box. The right conversation makes him feel intrigued, and a woman who makes him think will always stand out from the crowd. I've had clients describe those magical dates where conversations just flowed so naturally and they were on the same wavelength. They'll say it felt like we knew each other forever. And here's the thing. You can't fake that kind of connection. You either find those commonalities and you click, or you don't. But when you do, it's like hitting the relationship jackpot. So it's worth moving into uncharted date conversation territory when you get that vibe. Thanks for allowing me to take a quick moment here. I want to talk about something important and hopefully offer some help. As women, our bodies change over time due to things like aging, menopause, or even childbirth. All these changes can affect our sexual health. That's where our partner, Tabu, comes in. They've partnered with gynecologists, urologists, and pelvic floor specialists to create products that address these common issues like dryness, low libido, fear of sneezing, and even discomfort. Their Golden Hour kit makes sexual health a natural part of our self-care because looking after ourselves doesn't stop with skincare or fitness. What makes Tabu different? Well, these aren't just toys. They're beautifully designed tools backed by experts to help us stay connected to our bodies and maintain a healthy, vibrant sex life at any age. And here's something special just for you. You can get 10% off with the code Carry 10 at checkout. Just click the link in my description box below because, well, let's be honest, when it comes to intimacy, it's often a case of use it or lose it. Number 4, lighten the mood. Laughter is definitely the way to a man's heart. A playful woman who doesn't take life too seriously is honestly irresistible to men. They talk about her with me all the time. Tease him a little when he's being too serious. If he's struggling with something, offer a playful solution. I think what you really need right now is a donut and maybe a nap. When you're playful, it shows that you're comfortable with yourself, and comfort is contagious. It makes him relax and feel good around you. And here's the truth. Relationships are going to have stressful moments. But if you can help him to laugh through them instead of getting stuck in the heaviness, you become someone that he can't help but want to be around. You're that positivity that he looks for. When men think about who they feel happiest with, it's often the person who made them feel at ease. A playful side signals that you're resilient and not easily rattled, which is incredibly attractive. Respect his time, I guess here. This is a big one, really. Respect his space. Everyone needs time to themselves, and nothing kills a connection faster than guilt-tripping someone for needing a little breathing room. If you can say, take your time all the time you need. I'll be here when you're ready. It shows that you're secure, you're confident, and that confidence, that is magnetic. I've had too many matches that started off really strong, but then fell apart within the first few weeks because someone was just so insecure or unsure of what was happening that they hounded this person with constant communication until either my client or the person I matched my client with couldn't even withstand the pressure. So of course they backed away and they said this wasn't going to work out for them, because you can't hold on to somebody just by keeping an open line of communication 24 hours a day. Give them room to breathe. And if they're a butterfly, set them free, right? Men love to feel useful. It's part of how they show love. But here's the trick. You don't have to pretend to be helpless to tap into that instinct. That's insincere, but you can ask him for help in areas where he excels. Just say things like, you're so good with cars. Can you help me figure out what's going on with mine? There's stuff that you're putting off doing because you don't have the skill set, and he might have the talent there. You know a lot about this. Can I get your opinion on this? It's not about being needy. It's about giving him a chance to show up for you. Men want to feel trusted and valued, and when you let them help without playing dumb, they really feel appreciated in a way that sticks. I guarantee you that there are opportunities in your life to get a second opinion or allow someone to share their expertise. But we're often reluctant to ask for help when we think we can just figure it out, get things done by ourselves. We can always Google it. So open yourself up to this idea because it's a positive all around. One of the most underrated ways to a man's heart is be clear about what you want, because they aren't mind readers and they actually appreciate you being direct. If you want to go somewhere, suggest it. If something bothers you, bring it up calmly and honestly. I remind my clients all the time, no one likes emotional guessing games. A relationship where both people are clear about their needs and desires, that feels really refreshing and real. I know you know that this is a common thing that women do, men too. We've all been there. We're all guilty of it at one point in time or another. But truly, you have to remind yourself that nobody's a mind reader, and we have to be more clear when telling people what we want or what we need. Number 8, let him see the messy you, the real you. Because the way to a man's heart isn't through perfection. It's through authenticity. Let him see the real you, little by little. That doesn't mean dumping all your baggage on the table all at once. But sharing your imperfect human side builds intimacy. And sometimes it's really as simple as saying, I had a really rough day. Honestly, I just want to put on my pajamas, order pizza. And often life doesn't stop just because you're getting to know someone new. So if you're struggling through some personal challenges in your life, don't keep them to yourself. right? Share them with the other person. Let them figure out who you are and how you respond to challenges. Letting him see you without the polished exterior gives him permission also to do the same. And that's how real connections are made in real time early in a relationship. Be present in the moment, because in a world full of distractions, one of the most powerful ways to connect is to be present. How often do I talk about living in the moment, not talking about focusing on what may or may not happen in the future? I just really can't overstate how truly being present can change pretty much every aspect of your life. But in this situation, if you can trust yourself to listen deeply, engage fully, and respond thoughtfully, this will pay off for you big time. When a man feels like you're fully there with him, it creates a sense of connection that's really, really rare and honestly unforgettable. Put all these to good use. Let us know how it works out. I hope you found this all helpful and interesting. And hey, before you go, can you give Mom a thumbs up? She's watching and she loves them. And please hit that subscribe button like it owes you money. Make sure it knows you mean business. Till next time, have a good one. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am to be working with Zoog. This is an iOS app that I've been using with my grandkids for well over a year now. It is so fun and creative and clever and a really fantastic way for me to stay connected with the kids despite them being a whole plane ride away. Zoog supplies you with a huge and growing library of stories, songs, jokes, and educational videos, and all you have to do is to read or sing along. Zoog does all the work to make these videos really come to life. They give you a virtual background, costume and wigs and virtual props. So I reached out to the folks at Zoog a couple weeks ago to ask if I could offer it to you with a discount code, and they said yes. So if you're on a computer now, just use your iPhone to scan this code here or click on my special link in the description box below so that you'll automatically get 30% off. A funny little story. Some of you might know that my daughter and the kids were all here last week. One morning, Desi asked Rachel if he could have her phone to watch emo movies. I'm Ema, and that's what he calls all the Zoog videos of my songs and stories that I send him every week. And Rachel was like, Desi, Ema is sitting right next to you, and there's a pile of books on the table. Why don't you just have her read to you? But if you've experienced Zoog, you totally understand. Ema sitting next to him wasn't surrounded by animals on a farm, and I wasn't wearing a farmer's costume like when I sing Old MacDonald with the music on the app. So there I was sitting next to my own grandchild while he watched me read stories and sing to him on my iPhone. If you haven't downloaded Zoog on your Apple device, you just have to do it. Use my link, though, to get the 30% off and a free trial if you need it. Your family is going to love Zoog as much as we do. I promise you, I don't use Zoog because they're a partner. They're a partner because I've been using the app for over a year, and I beg them to let me do this. So check it out.